And let's assume that these hurdles are met and that we start getting widespread adoption of people getting involved in these different use cases for tokenized assets. How is that going to transform our economy when we're relying on investments in tokenized assets and we've moved away from what we now think as TradFi, and we have a new TradFi, which is blockchain based. What does the future look like in 5 to 10 years?
In my mind, stablecoins are the perfect example of tokenized assets, right? It's the tokenized US dollar for our country. It could be euro, it could be yen. The fact that I can zap something from my phone or from my desktop to someone else anywhere in the world without having to send a wire, and to someone's point earlier, maybe you don't know when it's going to hit, you don't know when the account's going to get credited or debited. I can do this faster, cheaper, more expediently, and 24/7. Love that stuff. And it's going to erase a lot of the friction in the financial world today in less than 5 years. Perfect example, I think I saw reports that if anyone's used Airbnb, especially if you're a renter as opposed to a rentee, you can now get paid a lot faster, and even on weekends, by someone like Visa that's using tokenized stablecoins. Why? Because they can drop the stablecoins in your wallet a lot quicker and not have to wait till Monday till the bank opens. Right? Beautiful use case for users of Airbnb.
Yeah, I fully agree with the point about stablecoins being kind of a core use case that has transformational potential on a going forward basis. I would also say that the tokenization of property rights of different kinds is going to be very powerful in terms of creating efficiencies.
Great. Dennis?
Going back to the work that we did last year with the Monetary Authority of Singapore and Project Guardian around what portfolios of tokenized investments would look like for your retail investor. And what we found is that because it's so much more efficient, you're taking roughly 3,000 steps of rebalancing, collapsing it into a few clicks. Because it's so much more efficient, you are able to get this level of hyper-personalization. And because you have cash and assets on the same set of rails, you could potentially eliminate cash drag entirely. Like anybody who runs a portfolio is going to keep some level of cash. Like you don't necessarily have to do that. And that's an instant benefit to your end investor, plus the ability to potentially include alternative investments and get a better, higher quality portfolio from that angle as well.
And then I think there's also, so there's going to be new markets with respect to intraday use of collateral and liquidity, but there's going to be a lot of stuff that just changes and people don't notice or don't care. And that's what's most important is with 5 to 10 years from now, the four of us will not be up here talking about this at all, and that'll be a good thing because it just happened.